Today on the channel from Epic Hacks and Boss Fight Studios, we've got Bonesault, the crazed luchador.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Epic Hacks unboxing and review. And today we're back to the Skeletons line with Bonesault, the crazy luchador, or the crazed luchador, that is. But remember, for all your crazed luchador needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're in that Big Bad Toy Store. Use the link in the description down below. Pick up your own Bonesault over there, and that's exactly what I did, as this seemingly came in stock at the same time as MLW Series 1, which we've also unboxed on the channel. And this one, wrestling adjacent, you could say, I guess, is of course it's a skeleton line, and who doesn't love a good skeleton action figure? You put some wrestling gear on him, man, you're playing a lot of hits for me, and it's dangerous enough for me to take a chance on, so that's what I did. So a little skeleton slash wrestling here today. Could be a fun one, as we did unbox some of these in the past. Check out those reviews if you did miss them. But of course, this review right here, we're going to do it like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, see what old Bonesault is up to. Big plastic bubble here. Very thin carding on this one. Big enough to get the job done, of course. Little glamour shot there. He's got his title belt. Comes with some weapons. Looking good, and an alternate head as well. Epic Hacks stands for Highly Articulated Character Kit System. That's what that stands for there. And on the back, we got a little cross-sell down below if you're into any of those. UPCs, Jibber Jabber, and War and Peace here. So we're going to really find out what his story's all about, and I'm going to try to read it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Who's ready for this? Story time with Kyle. One of the most infamous wrestlers in history, the crazed luchador known only as Bonesault, made a name for himself with his outlandish outfits and breakneck acrobatic style. His visual flair was matched by his outlandish attitude as he took the wrestling world by storm. Thrust upon the world stage due to an exceptionally memorable match during a Day of the Dead celebration in his native Mexico, Bonesault became one of the most notorious hardcore wrestlers in history. However, his notoriety all but ensured his shortened career, and during an ill-advised cage match, oh, you never go full cage, he severed his spinal column and was forced into retirement. That'll do it. That'll do it. Despite his desperate to resume his career and to find some way to get back in the ring, the ex-wrestler sought out alternative methods of self-healing. Here we go. In the depths of the Chihuahua Desert. Chihuahua, that's what it looks like to me, with an N on the end. Chihuahua with an N on the end. How about that? Desert. He stumbled upon what he believed to be a hallucinogenic mushroom with healing properties. In his mind, he saw the opening of a cave filled with purple light, but upon entering, he was confronted by the sinister form of the grim specter. Under the influence of drugs, and with a limitless desperation to revisit his youth, he made a bargain with the specter and awoke within the realms of the Epic Hacks Skeletons. As he'd wished, he was given eternal life. However, he was forced into a timeless war, bringing his unusual luchador style to the limitless battlefields across varying timelines in serving of the Spectre. How about that? How about that? Sounds like he was riding the astral plane, and I got a little piece of that at Barney's. The bar Barney's in Burbank, a very famous establishment there. Good friend of the channel, Jeff George, was with me, and there was some crazy chick there, and man, she was surfing that astral plane. I've been around people before that have been, totally annihilated on, booze. Oh, yeah, the booze. I've seen them on other drugs as well, and this lady, I think she was on all those with a mix of mental illness, and she was all on my arm the whole time, and she was just talking about how we were just vibing and connecting, and I just traveled for 23 hours, and I needed some chicken fingers in me. That's what I needed. I needed some chicken fingers. I didn't need some crazy stories of a chick. Had to go to the bathroom for a second, as one does, and a good friend of the channel, Matt Larson. Shout out to Matt Larson. He's not watching this, but he took my seat, and she lost her mind. We had to switch seats back because she wanted to sit by me. She was riding the astral plane. Why wouldn't you want to sit by me? And then she's like, we need to get out of here. Let's go. Let's get out of here. She just wanted to go with me. And I don't know if my wife would have appreciated that. Who knows? Maybe she would have cared. But I said, no, I'm just going to concentrate on these chicken fingers is what I'm going to concentrate on. And finally she left. Off into the night, riding the astral plane. I mean, some of the craziest stories I've ever heard in my life. But apparently she has millions and millions of dollars. Maybe I should have went off with her. Who knows? Who knows? But it was a wild night at Barney's. Shout out to Barney. Shout out to the dinosaur. Shout out to the restaurant. Shout out to Matt Larson. Shout out to Jeff George. Shout out to the astral plane. See you later. Goodbye. Story time. Quite the story time. The story time. No doubt about it. We get a little plastic there. Look at this. A little plastic prison. Get a stand. Get some extra feet. Get a title belt here. Going to be great for wrestling title belt collectors. Got another one they can start feuding over. Could be a deathmatch title. Who knows? See you later. Goodbye. All right. And then we got things falling off already. Pull him out. Pop the head. Microphone. Baseball bat. There it is. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business here. Let's look at these accessories first. I guess we'll start with this baseball bat first. Now, it's just a plain Jane baseball bat. However, it does come with a little extra touch here, as you can slide over a little bit of barbed wire on the top of the bat. Turn this guy into an extra hardcore wrestler, of course. Now, I could be mistaken. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but obviously Boss Fight Studios making these figures, and I think there's a little bit of reuse with kindness from their wrestling line. So we've seen this bat before, maybe a different color. Can't remember if we saw the barbed wire or not, but I'm here for a little barbed wire on a baseball bat. Looking good right there. And this little microphone, I feel like we saw this in that line as well. A bluish black color, silver on the mic. Looking good, looking like a microphone all day long. Not sure what a skeleton's going to talk about, but you never know. I'm sure he's got some stories, no doubt about it. We do get the Epic Hack stand, highly articulated character kit system. Once again, you guys know me. I always appreciate a stand with my action figures. We got one right here. We got 2 extra skeleton feet, no different than we saw before with the other ones we unboxed many moons ago on the channel. So if you want to have him full skeleton, you can. To me, he's going to keep these wrestling boots on. I think it feels more wrestler that way. He looks and feels skeleton enough, even without the feet there. So I don't feel like I need that. We'll look at the head in a second, but let's look at this title belt here. It says Boss Fight Wrestling. You really wouldn't know this is any kind of skeleton or anything. You could just use this as a title belt any way you want to here. So that's always kind of cool to see some of that. How easy does it clasp together? That's always the test of a good title belt. And it goes together pretty good. Very similar to the MLW titles that we've recently talked about on the channel. So another title belt for wrestling figure fanatics to collect. There you go. But now we get old Bonesault here out of the package. And let's look at these heads first. So the first head here, skeleton head with a luchador mask. Dead behind the eyes, nothing behind the eyes, as you can imagine here. Does got a very colorful mask with the blue and yellow going on. Now he does got a big divot and chunks out of the forehead and the side. So this is a mask that's seen some battles, no doubt about it. His face is all there, or his teeth and mouth, I guess, is all there. Skeleton-like, of course. But you can see it. Now this head is removable, and you could replace it with this head. So this is a bit of an army builder. You could easily buy 2 of these, put different head on each one, give them a different weapon, and then of course have one with shoes on, one with shoes off, make them feel as different as possible. And it could be a tag team if you wanted to. Could be an interesting one, but a more traditional, this is almost a Rey Mysterio-like mask. This is more of a traditional mask, yellow and blue attack again, but I do love that the mouth is wide open on this one, feeling kind of spooky like a skeleton should. But looking good. You really can't go wrong with either of them. Got dings and dents on this mask as well, just like this one. So he's seen some things. He's been through the battles, of course. Now we do get the yellow and blue singlet going on. Just kind of hanging off him here is what it's going on. Looks very, very interesting. Tears, tattered. He's been through the mill. There's no doubt about it. He's got some knee pads going on like a young Ninja Turtle. Broken on the knee pads. Broken on the boots and shoes. Just looking really rough here. He's had a rough day, that's for sure. Definitely looks like he's been through the ringer and then some. Now, articulation on this guy, head removable, back and forth, side to side. Plenty of movement out of that head, no doubt about it. Doesn't look like he's got a severed spine to me. It looks like he's all together there, but his arms do go all the way around. Single jointed elbow. You do get side to side at the elbow. Hands back and forth, up and down, side to side. Plenty of movement out of there. 2 gripping hands for him. No other hands. No chopping hands. No other hands out of him here. Waist, you get a little bit of waist, pretty much limited there, of course. Big ol' skeleton splits, makes all the sense. Legs do go up. Single jointed, double jointed knees. Oh man, playing a lot of hits right there. And then you do get a boot cut. Kinda, I think it's the boot just moving around, not necessarily the cut. But it looks like you can slide. So if you want to go full skeleton, you can slide this off. You can't take these off, so you can mix that up if you want to. You get the up and down, side to side there, of course, on the feet. And then he's got a stand here. You got multiple places to stand him. Let's see how well he fits on here. Oh, there we go. Fits perfectly on the stand. not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I mean, an interesting one. Obviously, it's not WWE. It's not Power Town. It's not Jazzwares AEW. It's not Retro. It's something totally different here. So it's just kind of one of those ancillary ones. I think I'll probably display him with my mutants, monsters, aliens, zombies, WWE Elite line, kind of in that kind of universe. I think that's where I'll probably end up displaying him. I do have a CM Punk Supreme sitting here at the table. One of the best figures of last year. You can kind of see, doesn't really compare scale-wise. However, it is just a skeleton. So he's missing his muscles, he's missing his organs, his tissues, eyes, you name it, it's all missing. So maybe if he had that going on, he'd be a little bit better. But you can kind of see how he compares next to CM Punk right here. Looks okay. It is what it is. It's not for everybody, for sure, but it is fun. It's two worlds I kind of do enjoy bringing together, and there's something fun about getting just a one-off figure every once in a while. So a lot of fun out of the old Bonesault right here. Pick them up, Big Bad Toy Store, as I did mention earlier. So an interesting one, no doubt about it. But what say you guys and gals out there in YouTube land? You picking up the Bonesault? You going to add him to your collection? Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, including both YouTube channel videos, early access over there, bonus content, bonus stuff, all kinds of stuff going on the Patreon. Check it out. Support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Bonesault and skeletons everywhere, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.